Hey guys, and welcome to episode 119 of the Upper Late Podcast. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick.
Something looks different.
Something's missing.
Something's off. I don't know.
You're Scott?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
I swear.
Are
I
you
swear
Scott's
to God.
son?
Scott has a goatee, so...
I'm substituting for my father today. Also joining us is Tyler Chitulski.
Hey guys.
You look the same.
Yeah, I see nothing different whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's
same as ever.
It's Movember, okay, guys? Also joining us is Adam Franey.
Beard is still here for now. Tune in.
For now.
You might be missing. You're just gonna stay?
Wednesday. Sorry, boys.
It's too much ginger in here. Look at all this.
Let's run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's episode. As usual, we're going to talk about the last film we watched this week. And we got a couple news topics to discuss. We got Phantom Thread trailer that came out.
Oh, man.
PTA.
Yeah.
Pataz didn't film.
DDL.
Yes, Daniel Day-Lewis's apparently final film. So get hyped for that. As well, we got some news related to the Dora the Explorer live-action film. Apparently, will be produced by Michael Bay. That's something. And we got some DC news. We got they finally cast the star of Shazam.
Right.
So we're gonna get to that later. If you do like this video, give us a like as well. Leave a comment below in the comment section. And, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well if you like our stuff. We do appreciate that. So with that out of the way, Tim, what do you got for us this week for your last scene?
movie you saw.
Well,
I've done this before.
I was begging you guys to not see Jigsaw and to watch this movie instead, but we ended up doing Jigsaw. So on my own, I watched 1922.
Tune in.
Tune in for a Jigsaw review.
Yeah.
1922. Ironically,
All right.
filmed in 2017.
Let's leave the comedy too.
Written and directed by Zach Hilditch, based on the novella by Stephen King, starring Thomas Jane, Molly Parker, Dylan Schmid, and Neil McDonough. McDonough.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Neil McDonough.
Is that Swedish?
Okay.
McDonough.
Okay.
Yes. You know Neil McDonough. You've seen him. He's in Captain America. He's got like the whitish blonde hair, blue eyes. He's in that kind of stuff. Yes. So, in the year 1922, a husband plots to murder his wife, who has recently inherited her family's 100-acre property, to ensure the land becomes his and his sons to own.
What do you got, Timbit?
As a lover of Stephen King.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the fourth Stephen King adaptation we've had in the last
year?
As many months, probably? 3 months?
Yeah.
It is the third best one. Better than Dark Tower.
Not saying much.
Not saying much.
Not as good as Gerald's Game.
Not quite as good as Gerald's Game. That's not quite as tense, I think. Like, Gerald's Game is very tense. Has some very memorable stuff in it. This movie looks pretty gorgeous. Really well shot. I thought Thomas Jane was great. I haven't really seen him in a whole lot, but he's very good in this movie.
Really?
He's like plays like this like really like deep south guy, like heavy accent. Like barely opens his mouth when he talks. Like he's a very like hard 20s like father guy, but he doesn't play his character as dumb. I heard Stuckman saying this, and
it's inaccurate.
It's a very good that character. He's like a farmer in his 20s. Would be very different. He's a very clever guy, and he comes up with some ways of not getting caught for the potential murder of his wife. So there's some interesting stuff. The first half is definitely a little bit more interesting, because he ends up trying to recruit his kid to help murder his wife. So he's like kind of pinning his kid against his wife and getting his kid to like realize his mother's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
good.
So he tries to get his son to help him murder his mom.
Yes.
Okay. It's the real Punisher movie, am I right?
Right.
Ooh. And then it kind of flatlines after that. There's not a whole lot that happens. Like once the deed is done, which happens fairly early.
I was gonna say, if it's not spoilery, where does that fall on the timeline?
First 25 minutes. Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there's about an hour of like fallout, which is not overly interesting.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I guess there's a reason it was a novella, not a novel.
It's a novella for sure. Yeah. It clearly was like 100 something pages.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, it just fell flat in the second half. I found quite a bit.
Have you read The novella?
I've not read the novella, no.
Okay.
Steve, what are you doing?
But
It's not your fault.
it's solid. Like, I still enjoyed it. It's good. It's nice to look at. Again, Thomas Jane was really, really good.
Decent Netflix watch.
Decent Netflix watch if you have an hour and a half. Pound it out.
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
Your favorite runtime?
Yeah.
You're
What
watching
are you
it.
hitting it with?
I'm gonna go with a 3.
That good, eh?
3.
Sounds
The
about right.
pinnacle
Yeah.
of mediocrity.
Some nice stuff in it.
Could have been better.
Yeah, could have been better. Could have been better.
Much like me.
What'd you give Gerald's game? If that's a 3, Gerald's game is
Oh, heavy 3, like 4.
heavy 3, like 4. Okay.
It just has that little extra
8,
bit
5.
of. It was a 4, heavy 4, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Then Dark Tower's like a. I think I gave it
Oof.
a heavy 1, something like that.
Oh, it's down there.
Oh.
Man, I still want to see that.
Oh, don't bother.
Dark Tower, you didn't see it?
No, I wasn't with you. I wasn't here
Oh,
when I
shit.
missed it.
I'll lend you the books. They're much better.
How big are the books?
On my bookshelf, all 7 books take up about that much space.
Jesus Christ, I'll see the movie.
Ty, what do you got for us this week?
What do I got for you?
Better be good.
What do you mean? My last ones have been pretty good.
No.
That's true. Oh,
Yeah, no,
You
they've
know
been
what?
good.
I think I know.
You take that back.
I think I know what you got. For
I
us.
don't think you have any
I think
idea.
I know.
I think you do.
I think I know.
I take it back. I
what,
think you know exactly
Yeah,
what it is that I'm reviewing.
could be
You're good.
behind Tim.
Oh.
Interesting.
Maybe.
Told us.
I mean,
Well, he was
You don't
right.
know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see. Hold on.
We'll have to wait and see when you tell us in a sec.
An oddball journalist and his psychopathic lawyer travel to Las Vegas for a series of psychedelic escapades.
Yes.
Interesting.
Ty, I know you've done this personally. I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, Johnny Depp is playing Ty Switalski in this movie.
So here's
not
what
Hunter
I want to do. I
Thompson.
want to relive what this was like for Johnny Depp to film. So I went on a bender. I went to Vegas, and I just got fucking coked out of my mind.
Yeah,
And
Just
that was
and that was Wednesday.
that was 6 hours
Then you
ago.
went. Then you went
I just
back.
got back on the red eye, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
Yeah, let's leave the comedy to me.
Let's move the comedy to Tim, man.
Fear and Loathing.
I saw Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, there's a poster
Right here.
literally right there.
You guys preemptively gave this a sweetie 5 bang.
Yeah, we predicted you would love it.
Yeah. Didn't love it.
Shut
Didn't love
the
it,
fuck
and
up.
I'll explain why. And
You're
I actually
fine.
had breakfast with Scott this morning. I'll tell you, we actually had a
In
discussion,
bed?
which I don't think that Scott. Well, one of us had to get up to make it. So
Right.
I brought it back
Leave
to
the
bed, but it's fine.
comedy to Tim.
So I brought breakfast back to bed, and I looked at Scott and I said,
Honey?
I'll tell you what I don't like about certain movies is that I don't like when movies don't have when they don't have a goal for the characters. And Scott said because he's eating
Well, you
croissant.
said point. When movies don't
I said
have a-
point, but I was
you said
going
when
to
movies don't have
skip
a
that
point.
part of the conversation because I used the wrong word. But what I meant was goal. I don't like when movies
Yeah.
characters in a movie don't
Meandering.
have a goal. Like you're just like living a day in their lives kind of thing.
Yeah, fuck that.
I really don't like that.
Just give me a plot.
And that was I really feel like this was about. It's just
One,
like
2, 3.
yeah, this is like instead of like
Yeah.
1 or 2 days in Vegas. And don't get me wrong, they were fucking crazy days. Like I was entertained with
Not to you. I'm
Del
sure.
Toro was insane in this movie.
BDT.
The
Oh,
sweatiest, greasiest
Full
man
retard.
alive.
Just losing it in the bathtub,
I was
whipping
gonna say,
cantaloupes
when-
of Johnny Depp.
When he's in the bathtub?
Yeah.
How did you not 5-bang this?
Like-
It's like zany Johnny Depp craziness.
The only thing I didn't like about it was I didn't see it wasn't going anywhere. You know, it was
Yeah.
just kind of it was just
I agree.
things were happening, and that was really it. And that's what I don't like in movies. I like to see
Yeah.
something happening. You know, like them like making progress towards something at the end of the movie.
Have you guys seen this?
You haven't seen
Well, I
this?
lent Ty
I
the.
knew you didn't.
Yeah.
I sit in front of the poster every day. Have not seen it.
You see it reflect off his glasses as he glares
Yeah.
into it.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I enjoy this movie quite a bit.
Yeah, like it was a good movie. Johnny
I
Depp was
love it.
great in it. Like he was just fucking crazy.
There's a reason I picked that poster
Oh,
for you.
oh my god, it's so
Because it has Johnny Depp right front and center.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you my rating, and I'll tell you why. So here, my rating is a light 4, and the only thing that's not making it a 5 is just because of the fact that it's just like.
So shouldn't it be a heavy 4 then?
You'd think so, but that's how much it bugged me, though. That's how much it bugged me. That's the only thing that's making it
Interesting.
not a 5 bang.
But you love JD, your boy.
He was great in it. Like he was like he took his hat off at one point, and you didn't know he was bald, which was just hilarious. Because he's got like the full wraparound. And...
Would you say this was the genesis of his Rango character?
Yes, 100%.
I feel like
what are you doing?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
In Rango, they pass by a convertible that has like the likenesses.
The beginning of it is like this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He
I
like
didn't see. I
they're,
haven't
like,
seen that.
referenced.
when he like falls out of the aquarium, he like smashes onto like a windscreen, and like a wiper comes up, and it's a convertible that has like
A guy looks exactly
like
like
him with Benicio del Toro in the back.
way.
Yeah.
And Rango's wearing like a red
Like,
tropical shirt.
he looks like this. He looks like he's
Yeah,
wearing
he
this
looks like
stuff.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough,
You
was in the
just got
movie.
that.
I didn't realize until later on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's in it as well.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. He's in like a certain part.
Now,
of it.
are you interested to see Bill Murray also did a film playing Hunter S. Thompson in the desert?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What is the name of this movie?
Don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But he did.
And he is a Google search away. We'll find
Yeah,
it.
it's a good.
But the thing that like surprised me the most in this movie was just how it was just cameo after cameo after cameo in this movie.
Right.
Yes, you were live texting us.
I was live texting the entire thing. I'm gonna rifle off some of them for you.
What do we got?
You got Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. Oh, he was so good.
He
though.
was like so like I hate
He
Tobey
had like
Maguire
long,
so
like blonde
much.
hair or something.
I don't remember this
creepy.
at all.
He looked pretty much like me last night. It was just like messed up. I had like,
He was like
when it was
sweaty.
dark
He was like a
last
hitchhiker
night.
that they.
It was just like
Really?
he looked like Swedish. It was like weird. Like he had like this long like
I think I do
flat
remember
blonde
that.
hair. It was just
He looked kind of like the butler from Rocky Horror Picture Show a little bit.
yes,
You know,
like
that
just
creepy, like blonde.
creepy. So Tobey Maguire, Christina Ricci, Cameron Diaz, Gary Busey, Flea from the Chili Peppers, Michael. I'm gonna say Jeter.
Yeah.
Jeter should be two T's, right?
Christopher Maloney.
Yeah, Christopher Maloney. There was Harry Dean
Harry
Stanton. I said Flea already. Craig, Bierko. I know him, but I can't remember what I mean. Mark Harmon from NCIS, I think it is.
I think that's it.
Penn Jillette is in it. Vern Troyer. Yeah, Vern Troyer.
Right.
Well, I guess it's Vegas, right? Of
Yeah, so Penn Jillette's obviously going to be there.
course.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's just like, and they were not like nobody characters because this movie was just like just following Benicio del Toro and Johnny Depp in their like the day to day, and these were people like that were like passing by. Like Cameron Diaz was in an elevator with them for all of 30 seconds, and that was it.
Are they all playing themselves?
No, they're all playing
Oh,
people,
okay.
and like Flea comes out of nowhere and is like snorting like shit off of Johnny Depp's shirt. And I was just saying, like,
course,
my two
yes.
worlds are colliding right now. Like, this is amazing.
And this is not a 5.
This is-
Flea.
I
and
know.
drugs off Johnny Depp. It's not
this
a sweaty
this is
5.
a scene made for me. And
They made this. Terry Gilliam made this movie for you.
who is crazy, by the way. I've seen some pictures of the guy. He looks like
Yeah,
a fucking
He's
psycho.
insane.
Terry Gilliam?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
this is a movie
In
that like,
Brazil and this and
like this movie was like I see Terry Gilliam in this movie. Like it's just messed up. Of course, Gary Busey was also in it, just fucking messed up. Pre-accident, by the way. He like back when Gary Busey was like acting, it was actually kind of nice. But yeah, it was just a really good movie,
All right.
except for that part, except for that little factor.
Little caveat.
there was
yeah.
no point.
Yeah, there was,
But
like,
what's the point?
I was entertained. I was
Right.
like, I enjoyed it. Like, everyone was great in it. It was like a weird twists and turns.
But hang on.
Yeah.
What's the point?
That's the thing. Where was it going? That's the thing. And I need beginning to end, and I didn't.
You
I
need
didn't get
your hand to be guided.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I just like to know. That, yeah. Fuck you, Scott. I'm not going to defend that. I'm not going to defend.
With a plot.
No.
Adam.
Light 4.
What you got for us this week?
Well, don't mind if I refer to my notes here, aka IMDb.
I almost did.
You don't know it. The story of the Newton gang.
Oh, Newton boys.
Anyone? Tim?
Yeah.
The most successful bank robbers in history, owing to their good planning and minimal violence. Tim?
I've been wanting to see this.
Mm.
The Richard Linklater movie.
Yes.
But very studio, right?
Yes.
Yes.
1998,
Yeah.
The Newton Boys, written and directed. Nope.
Directed
Directed by Richard Linklater,
Rated by someone else?
of course.
This makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starring as the 4 titular brothers: Matthew McConaughey,
Oh.
Skeet Ulrich,
Oh.
Ethan Hawke,
Oh.
and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Shit.
How's that for brothers? They look exactly the same, right?
Were you prompted to watch this after watching the Vice film?
Shout
doc?
out to Vice, their guide to film series that I watch every week. they did Richard Linklater retrospective, and I was like, Newton Boys is on Netflix. Maybe I'll give it a little watch. And that's what I did.
So?
It's solid. I liked it.
Really?
Good. I don't know. Is it known to be bad?
No,
I
just
don't know.
kind of was like unremembered.
I think it's known as unremarkably average.
It's above average. Like I'll give it higher than a 3. It's good. It was a good movie. Like, so it's Linklater. I think it's the first and last time we'll see him do an action movie. Like, this is the closest he's ever going to get to an action film, I'd say. It has that like it's like a Western action adventure heist kind of thing. Sweaty. I don't know if this is firing you up at all. McConaughey's great. He was super charming. Like, his performance.
How old does this start? What year is it?
1998.
1998.
Okay. So this is after Dazed and Confused. After they struck up their
pre-Ed TV.
But pre-Ed TV, almost watched that as my last scene. Odd that you should say that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was just, I thought McConaughey was amazing. The heist sequences were all really good. Like, they're very procedural. McConaughey goes in with nitroglycerin and like has to just carve out the fuse and like lay it on with the clay. And
I do love.
What era is this set in?
It's set in the 20s, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah,
like Prohibition.
Yeah, it spans like from 1919 to maybe 1925.
Okay.
True story, like they say. And that was kind of their gimmick. They're like these good old down south boy next doors, right? So they don't harm anyone until, of course,
someone gets harmed.
So it's all fun and games till someone gets gun butted in the fucking face, right? Or shot.
Someone always gets overzealous at the hold up.
You can guess which brother gets a little overzealous, I feel like.
Vinny D.
DiCaprio, yeah.
Vinny D.
Also, Ethan Hawke, Sweetie's boy, was great.
In no way, my boy.
He's great.
Could be Linklater bringing the best out of him.
Linklater knows how to work McConaughey and Ethan Hawke. Another frequent collaborator with Linklater, obviously, Ethan Hawke. He's like the silly brother. He's always drunk and like just very un-Ethan Hawke like. He's always like joking and like playing pranks and stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I'd give it a light 4, I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah. Linklater, you got to see it. Linklater doing a Western.
I'm in.
I mean, sorry, bud. You're in.
Whether you like it or not, you're in.
There is a extremely cringe opening credits where it's like it's like an Instagram filter almost of like old timey like silent movie type footage, and it's like McConaughey like staring into the screen and smiling, and then Ethan Hawke. It's like almost like the opening theme to like a TV series, introducing all the characters.
Weird.
It's
like introducing Ethan Hawke, and he's just like he's like talking to someone else, and then like turns to the camera. Like,
yes, it's like Cheers or something. Like,
Weird.
What is this? Like, it did not. It felt like someone added it after. Like Linklater was forced. I don't know. I was very worried.
It seems like an interesting idea gone awry.
Horribly awry
in execution.
Like, it just looks so fake. Like they're trying to make it look old timey. You know what I mean? Yeah. It literally looks like a Snapchat filter or something.
Authentic.
Not in the slightest. But after that, and it's like 5 minutes long. It's really long. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'll be skipping that part.
And there's like a title card, like the silent film style, that pops up, and it just plays out the title and the like theme song for like a minute of just this title card. And I'm like, oh no, what have I done?
It was a silent film era, right?
Yeah, right.
At the time,
it was.
So
there's a couple shots of them watching silent films. Yeah, but check it out, Newton Boys, the forgotten Dickie Link movie.
Dickie Links.
Dick Link.
Yeah, there's a few I haven't seen on his filmography that I want.
Yeah,
that's one of them. Because I do like a lot of his work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before midnight.
It's interesting to see his action.
I'm gonna jump in with.
You're all that's left.
What'd you get?
Sorry?
You're all that's left. So
that's true. Yeah. I'm gonna jump in.
Yeah.
I got another late '90s flick.
Oh shit!
I think it's
Linklater?
1997.
Ooh.
Godzilla. No. Godzilla's
98?
99?
99? Something like that.
But not it though.
I watched a Kevin Smith film. Chasing Amy.
Ah.
You've never seen Chasing Amy?
I'd never seen Chasing Amy.
Interesting.
No.
My favorite K. Smith movie.
I've seen one K. Smith movie.
Batman.
So have you seen Chasing Amy?
It's my favorite, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Obviously not. No.
Fuck you.
You'd like it.
It's starring Ben Affleck, Joey Lauren Adams, Jason Lee, and
Who
of
plays
course
Amy?
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes as Jay and Silent Bob, obviously. Set within the View Askew universe. So let me just give a synopsis. Holden and Banky, Ben Affleck and Jason Lee, are best friends and authors of a popular comic book. Holden falls in love with Alyssa, played by Joey Lauren Adams, who just so happens to be a lesbian. Holden's relationship with Alyssa strains his lifelong friendship with Banky, and soon the relationship between Holden and Alyssa has problems when he can't deal with her past.
Okay, hold on. Lesbian in the movie or lesbian in real life?
In the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He falls in love with a lesbian unexpectedly.
Oh.
Tricky situation.
This movie's good. I like it. It's
Right?
funny. There was some good twists. I didn't read the synopsis before I went in. I was just like, I just put the disc in and just went into it. And I was like, what? Like when it turned out, like when that scene happened and like when she's singing, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second, who's that in the foreground? I'm like, no, don't do
Sorry,
it.
Ben.
Basically, in this scene, just to sort of set the stage, Ben Affleck, like, she gets called to the stage to, like, sing a song at a bar, and she's, like, singing this, like, romantic song, and Ben Affleck's like, yeah, she's, like, singing to me, and then this girl, like, steps into the foreground.
Amazing.
And the song ends, and he's like, yeah, he, like, goes, and then she like, runs past him, practically, and, like, they kiss, and he's just like, what just happened? Jason Lee just starts cracking up. Ironically enough, the woman who played that other woman that her character was like dating or seeing or whatever is actually played by Jason Lee's wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Wife
Yeah.
at the time or wife now?
At the time, I guess. I don't know if they're still together. But
Okay.
I was watching I watched the commentary track after. I watched this movie twice. I watched it and then watched the commentary because it's Kevin Smith.
I was gonna say, did he do the commentary?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot.
So
of
like when
sense.
Kevin
He's
Smith
amazing.
starts talking, you
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
can't not listen. He
It's amazing.
just grabs you.
He's very passionate.
He is.
Yeah.
He can sell a movie like no one else. The way he crafts words to talk about movies, I listen to it for hours.
The Dark Knight Rises, he like recaps the entire thing, and he's like crying, literally as he's like retelling stories. I'm like,
This is amazing.
this is a masterpiece of
He
a
was
movie.
in the Linklater Vice Guide to Film piece.
He was.
And he was he's like, you have to be a fucking robot to not be charmed in some way by School of Rock. It is so hard. He was like making School of Rock sound like Citizen Kane. I was like, I was loving it.
Also on the commentary track was Ben Affleck, and I don't think Jason Lee was in it, but there were some other producers, and Jason Mewes was in it as well.
Oh my
I think
God.
he was stoned
I always have a
during it.
I have a problem with Kevin Smith, just picturing him as a director for some reason. Just because,
Really?
yeah, just because the first time I saw Kevin Smith, I didn't know who he was before this. I knew he was on a show called Comic Book Men,
Wow. So
and
you're
that
late to
was
the party.
my first experience with Kevin Smith. So I didn't know he directed Batman. I didn't know that
He did not direct Batman.
he directed. No, he didn't. But he
Tim
had.
Burton?
He wishes.
He wishes he had, but he like I had no idea that he was a direct like he had as a director. I know that he had been. I thought it was just some
Clerks, Mallrats.
yeah. Like I had no idea he had done any of these movies.
Clerks.
So whenever you say that like Kevin Smith directed this, all I can imagine is this guy
That guy
sitting
from Comic
in
Book
a
Men.
jersey with his hat backwards
Literally.
behind a camera.
Yeah, that's literally it. Yeah.
And for some reason, I just
Right.
can't see that like taking that seriously for some reason.
Tusk.
This movie actually, like, what shocked me the most was during the commentary, like $250,000 budget,
That's insane.
like
Whoa.
literally
Wow.
nothing.
That's his world.
Yeah.
Clerks was like less than that.
And I think it made like 12 million at the box office, so it was like a box
shit.
office smash.
Really?
Crazy.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
for Miramax.
That's
I know
essentially $12 million
Kevin Smith
profit.
Harvey.
was talking about working with Harvey Weinstein. That he was Miramax turned into the Weinstein Company at some point, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Harvey's chased a few Amy's in his day. Been all week, folks. Try the veal. Thanks. If this gets deleted, you'll know why.
But yeah, Chasing Amy, though, the movie itself, I mean, it's funny. There was some good twists, and that ending just fucking...
the goat.
Oh, shit. I didn't think it would go that way. Like, you know the scene I'm talking about? He calls them both in. Oh, man.
I know the scene, bud.
Right? Crazy.
You guys know.
Crazy. You guys have to see it just for the, like, literally one of the most cringiest. I was literally like, no! Make it stop!
Stop your screen.
No! Don't say that. Don't say it. Don't say it. No, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. No, he said it. What the fuck? I was literally like dying. I wanted it to turn it off. It was that cringy. But it was good at the same time. Nice. It was like, because it was well done, it made it so cringe.
Who knew? Kevin Smith. It was good.
In the end, it was kind of like, I don't want to say, never mind. But the ending was good. I thought it was a good ending. It's kind of like a solid like rom-com. I'd say, like one of the better ones. One of the best. Honestly, most rom-coms are like literally like half star out of 5 movies. But the odd one, Sally. Yeah, like When Harry Met Sally, great.
5.
Or like I think of like the Linklater, like the Before trilogy, you know?
There's not
like,
many.
There's a few out there that are just done really well.
Unshrunk Love.
And yeah, exactly,
Hello.
yeah. I don't know if it's rom-com per se. A bit more,
rom-com-y.
Not that funny.
Rom-drum?
Rom-drum.
Dramedy. Dramedy is the actual term.
5 bangs.
One thing that was really jarring, though, was the obligatory Jay and Silent Bob cameo.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
It was super cringe.
I feel like the movie was above that.
Apparently not.
Like
he like starts
have to do this.
Silent Bob just starts spewing this story. He like speaks and like, because it's Kevin Smith. I'm just like, oh, this is so cringe. It was just like. And they talk about, we're getting on a bus to Chicago or whatever, which is like a reference to like what they were going to do next, which was like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back or whatever. That's kind of just like, weird I get it's like supposed to be set in universe, but like it was a little bit
a weird universe.
Too cringe. Actually, one thing I remember, there's actually some interesting like shots that he used. Actually, there was like flashbacks when people were telling stories. And it would like flash back to like black and white scenes. Do you remember in like the bar?
No.
Jason Lee and
it's been a while.
What's her name? Alyssa, the character. They're like telling like dirty stories back and forth, and it would cut to like a black and white scene of like a vignette of like that story, and it was done really well. And there was one that was like sort of a reference to like Finger Cuff story. Do you remember that? About how she got her nickname. And like cut to this guy who was in front of the clerks what's it, like a dollar store or whatever, and he's doing like a Do the Right Thing like impression of like radio or whatever his name was, like where the camera's like almost fisheye, and he's like, yo, so I heard this story about this girl, and it was just like such a reference to like Spike Lee.
Yeah,
I just like the like cool little references kind of like thrown in there
to the other indie
viewers. Like, so that I think more so than like his other movies, which are just like cringe, like poop humor,
stoner dick jokes.
Yeah, it was a little bit more well executed.
That's why it's my favorite. Impressive. Of his. Had heart.
I'm gonna give it a 4 to 5. 4 to 5.
Wow,
check it out. It's a good flip.
Can't really
okay
put a finger on anything specific that I didn't like, but it was just like fine.
Yeah,
it was good.
Cool.
Let's move on. We got some news topics to discuss today. Got a few trailers. 2 trailers, really. Let's start off with Paul Thomas Anderson.
PTA.
Daniel Day-Lewis in perhaps his final role. We'll see.
Allegedly.
He might become a cobbler after this. Full-time
cobbler.
Again.
And just give up on acting. Phantom Thread. Adam, let's start with you. What do you think of this film? It's coming out later this year. Are you in?
I love PTA.
Is it hard to not be in?
It's hard to not be in, Scott. Looks very good. It's like a solid little drama. I'm in, bud. DDL. Legend. Arguably the GOAT. So, 3
I
Academy
would say
Awards.
the GOAT.
I mean, guy's incredible. There Will Be Blood. My favorite performance of his.
Oof.
Reuniting with PTA. Yeah, I'm in, bud.
Tim, what do you think?
I'm on the fence.
You son of a bitch.
And I'll say why.
Looks plain.
Looks very plain. Yeah.
Plain.
Yeah. Looks like The Master's not like a super exciting movie, but when that trailer came out, I was like, this is a PTA movie. Like, very PTA things. Did not see much of his footprint on this.
Yeah.
Or handprint.
That's
Footprint,
true.
handprint on this trailer at all.
Footprint.
It seems
It's the Phantom Thread, though.
kind of slow, kind of like a slog. A little bit of drama at the end where there's some like tension between him and his girlfriend.
Lover.
Mistress? Who knows?
Oh,
But
Dude,
it is
main bitch.
it is PTA, so he does get a pass because I love most things he does. Have not seen Inherent Vice yet.
oh,
Again, I own it on Blu-ray. Have not watched yet.
you'd like it.
God damn it.
Yeah, I've heard it's fine.
It's very
Um,
fun.
I liked it. I actually liked it. I thought it was,
I like The
it was
Master a
underrated.
bit. I thought The Master was not overly well received, but I really like The Master.
Oh.
Love this.
I think I saw it with you in theaters, actually, didn't I?
Yeah, I think we did. I like it.
Loved
You
it.
guys saw the Master together?
Yeah.
We were pumped for it.
We were there. PSH.
But yeah, just something, I don't know, seemed kind of drab. Kinda,
Yeah, it does seem.
Yeah.
might just be the way the trailer's cut. I don't know.
The first time I
I
watched
think
it,
the runtime might affect us
I was
a
just
lot.
gonna
If this
say,
is like
do we know?
like 2.5 hour movie, I'm gonna be like, this is gonna be a tough watch. If this is more like Punch Drunk Love, where it's like an hour and a half,
I'm Googling. Do you
It's
mean
not.
5 back?
it's not on. There's no runtime yet. So we'll see. But I'm on the fence.
yeah, when I watched the trailer twice now.
Yeah.
When I watched the trailer the first time, I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm in.
Okay,
You know.
Okay.
But I thought about it and I'm watching it again. I'm like, I think I'm similar, more in line with you, Tim. Like, it seems a little bit boring.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I want to love this, and I want to love Daniel Day-Lewis, which I think he's giving it his all here.
Does
Obviously,
he ever
not.
Yeah.
9. You remember that movie?
This reminds me of his 9 character.
Yeah. I kind
So-
of thought of 9 too. You guys might be swaying me out of my hype. I think if
Oh,
I
that's
didn't know it was
boring.
PTA, this is like a good test that John Campea likes to say. Remove like what you know of it, right? Remove the director and everything, and just watch the trailer pretending you don't know who did it. And like, would you be hype? And I wouldn't be. I'd be like, yeah, this looks very stuffy.
Yeah, stuffy's a good word.
Right? But knowing it's PTA, I have like a hope, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, there's got to be more to it.
I mean, they must be confident enough with the movie that they're gonna put it release date at the end of December, so it's eligible for the Oscars.
DDL.
So I mean, I think they obviously want to try and capitalize on Day-Lewis's success in the past at the Oscars and try and push that aspect.
Fire 3.
Yeah, I don't know. The movie it's not doing a whole lot to really grab me. Ty, what do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
Well,
Looks amazing.
I went through. I was just on my phone recently. I went through Paul Thomas Anderson's list of movies.
Did you-
Have you seen a single one?
I have not seen a single one. Of
He's only made like
his
6 or 7 movies.
Did you think he was Paul W. Anderson?
That did confuse
Do
me
you
at
think it was
first.
Wes Anderson?
I'm not going to answer that.
You were like, shit, the Resident Evil guys?
I was like,
Fucking...
fuck man, he's taking a weird turn.
He did
Shit.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. Budapest.
So, yeah, no, not. I'm not gonna answer that. So, I watched this and I'm thinking here the entire time I'm watching the trailer. Fuck, this looks so boring to me. And Scott's gonna look at me and he's gonna make me talk first, and I'm gonna say it's boring, and all the guys are gonna start laughing, and then
That is what happens.
I'm
a
gonna
lot.
look
But you've been
Stupid.
vindicated.
and then like I was last, and then Scott. I was actually waiting for someone. Vindication. I was waiting for Scott to go for I was waiting for someone to say the word boring first. Someone please say boring first. And Scott said it. Thank God. Yeah, this looks boring to me. Like I've only seen a couple of
No plot.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
What's the point?
What's the point? I don't see like the colors. There's no colors in this at all. 0 colors. Like
It's very gray.
It was very
very gray.
Looks
Zero
nice.
creams.
Well lit.
creams.
I've
dollops
seen
of cream.
I've seen a couple of Daniel Day-Lewis's movies, and this you guys are saying the goat. I'm not really seeing it from this trailer.
Yeah, he looks fine in this.
He looks like
fine.
it could be played by anyone.
3 Academy Award wins.
I'm not seeing it in his last movie. I'm not his last movie. I'm not seeing it.
I want it to be
One of
such
the
a
three actors?
like. I want him to do a flashy role again, like Gangs in New York.
Gangs in New York.
That's my favorite of his.
Like,
his game.
Really?
He killed
Over
it.
There Will Be Blood?
Yeah.
All of you?
Like, I wish Phantom Thread was like he's like a tailor or a fashion designer, but secretly he's like like a hired like gun or killer or something.
That's where I thought this was going.
Like I want him to just go crazy. Like
I started
I want
hiding things in clothing. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be something secrety. Something. I'm thinking
Words.
spies, maybe. I'm thinking action. No, we got
Maybe there will
we
be
got bland
something.
cliff sides
blood.
and
Maybe there will be blood.
Maybe.
Nope.
Oh, God,
Wonga wonga.
I'm not seeing it. We got him sitting at a table writing some stuff down. He's standing on.
I think he'll obsess.
He's standing on a cliff with some grayness.
Those cliff shots look so much like that Michael Fassbender movie that came out, that romantic movie.
Light Between Oceans,
Yeah, this.
which was fine.
It was fine,
I'm out.
but I'm waiting for PTA DDL to come back. I don't want fine.
Yeah. Let's move on. We got a nice little tidbit this week of information
A nugget. A juicy
about
nugget.
the.
Please don't say
Well,
juice
first of
nugget
all,
again.
that they're making a live-action Dora the Explorer film.
Mm-hmm.
The one little nugget of gold in that announcement was that Michael Bay would be producing it. So Ty, what are your thoughts on this?
I have so many questions.
What does one say?
Do tell. Do ask.
How many robots are actually going to be in it? And then how many
Maybe
explosions are there going to be in it?
It could be an action
I'm thinking
comedy thriller.
Think Tomb Raider, but with Dora.
I'm thinking
young girl.
I'm thinking Transformers meets Dora. Like
Oh, man.
like that's exactly what I'm thinking.
But with a little Spanish girl.
With a
Skrillex?
small young Spanish. There could be some techno in there. I could feel it,
That's what I thought you were doing.
but a small Spanish girl.
Tim, what do you think?
Well, I'm gonna assume casting wise,
Yeah.
that the girl from Transformers 5
Yeah.
Will be Dora,
will be Dora.
obviously.
Oh.
I'm gonna assume that she's Latino enough for the producers. That she's close enough to whatever.
Half at the most, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Like Dora's from where exactly? I have no idea. I've never watched the show.
Ecuador.
She's from Ecuador.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's
Sure.
right, I think.
Yes, but I think Hollywood's gonna do the thing to be like it's close enough.
I don't know what the
Calm
angle is
down.
here. Like,
We'll
what's the
get
angle on
half.
this?
Yeah, they're gonna go like they can't.
It's
Dora's actually what like 10 in the show. You know, that young because that's not gonna be an audience. Like kids aren't gonna go see this. Like 6-year-olds who watch Dora are not gonna go see the live action Dora the Explorer movie. It's ridiculous.
Is it?
It's gonna be like 22 Jump Street style, where they're like doing a parody of this
I don't understand.
gritty,
Just
gritty
baffled.
grown up.
I don't understand this at all. It just
No.
makes no sense
No
to me.
sense. No sense. Or is it
I'm
live
spacing.
action, where like Smurf style, where it takes place in the real world, and Dora's animated? We'll see.
Dora lives in an unidentified location with pyramids to suggest Mexico. So really, they just have to get anyone, like, according to Hollywood,
Latino enough.
anyone that's pretty much not like
They'll cast-
not white
They'll cast a Skarsgård
Or-
daughter.
off white, and then they'll be okay with it.
Adam, what do you think of this? Do you have anything to comment on this?
No.
Any
I'm
comments
out,
on
by
this?
the way, if you can't tell.
You're out.
I literally have nothing to say about
All right, moving on. We got another trailer to talk about.
Andy Serkis to play Boots.
Oh, horror film
it. I think it's Swiper.
entitled Winchester.
The house that Ghost built.
The bar from...
What is that a
Shaun of the
reference
Dead?
to? Like house that someone I don't know.
Babe Ruth built?
I don't know.
Yeah, bizarre. Starring Helen Mirren and Jason Clarke. Little haunted house flick. I'm gonna start off.
Spooky.
This movie looks like shit.
Okay.
You think
Okay.
Helen Mirren, what
Right
are you
out the
doing?
gates.
Rip that Band-Aid off, Ralph.
Yeah,
What
right.
are you doing, Helen Mirren? What
Wow.
enticed you to this project?
You have an Oscar. What are you
Fast and
doing?
Furious, Winchester,
Eye in the Sky.
Eye in the Sky.
Hey,
Which was received well,
you-
which
yes.
fuck
I
off.
hate.
Eye in the Sky was amazing.
1 out of 5.
I really
No,
Jason
like
Clarke, I
Winchester
get.
movies.
I loved him when he first entered the scene.
No
Yeah.
point.
I saw him in Zero Dark 30. I was like, I
Going.
love this Jason Clarke guy. Can't wait to see what he does.
He was good in Everest.
He's done not a whole lot. He does like the
Dawn.
odd good one,
Dawn?
but he does some bad ones.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, he's like fine in it.
Yeah.
Winchester just seems like it's one of those things where it's like it's based on a real story, like
Yeah.
sure, and maybe it's a real house
It's a real house.
and a real story, but
Real ghost
it's almost
story.
like the fictional stories have been done before and better, so that when they come around to like the real story, it's not as good, like the John Carter effect.
I was
Yes.
just going to say John Carter.
What do you guys think of this?
I'm out. Looks like shit. If we're talking about scary houses from the past, give me the Murder Mansion from H.H. Holmes.
I'm thinking
please.
H.H. Holmes. That's what I'm
That's
waiting
what
for.
I want.
Yeah,
Leo Scorsese movie.
that's
Sure.
what I'm waiting for.
Just
Double.
someone, Devil in the White City
Yeah.
is the book that
What's the word on that?
Coming. Apparently.
we reviewed the news topic of that like a couple of years ago.
Literally like a
back
year
in
and a half
audio
ago.
version.
Yeah.
Marty's busy, man.
But yeah, it's a real house that has like dead ends and like stairs that lead up to nowhere and like doors that like open up to like nothing.
And what's, like, I don't understand. What's the legend that ghosts built the house, actually?
No, she's a widow and she is the heiress to the Winchester or whatever years took place, the 20s or 30s. So she was the heiress, and she like commissioned a whole bunch of people to just like continuously work on this home for some reason. I listened to a podcast on it, but I don't remember the specifics.
Interesting.
But apparently it's haunted
Of course.
because it's just a creepy house.
What do you guys have to say about this trailer? Ties in.
Ties in. Ties out.
I'm out. I'm out. You're right.
You're out?
It's scary.
It's a horror movie.
I'm
Oh,
out.
I see.
I'll probably watch it, but I'm out.
Adam?
My least favorite genre, haunted house. The only good haunted house movie is Alien. We've been over this. Because it's in a spaceship.
That doesn't
It's
count.
not a haunting though. It's a monster
It's
movie.
like, that's like haunting.
Alien? Haunted house movie.
No,
Confirmed.
no. First of all, it's a car.
Ask Ridley
It's
Scott.
more of a ship than it is a house.
Ask Ridley Scott, man. He'll tell you I asked him.
I'm calling right now.
This movie, I don't care. I don't think it looks particularly worse than any other haunted house movie.
Oh yeah, it looks as good as other ones.
Yeah, I don't think it looks
Which
bad.
means it looks like
They
shit.
all look bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Right, right.
My girlfriend Emily, literally her reaction, must see. Very hype. Loves haunted house movies. Hasn't seen
Just the
Alien.
cringe
Fuck.
jump scares. I'm like, I've already seen that 500 times.
I don't understand. Like, I was expecting something scary, and there was just like a face.
Yeah.
Just like a person's face. Nothing scary. I'm like, what
It's slightly off color.
was
But
it?
Yeah,
It
it's
looked
kind
a
of like
bit
a
dead.
greeny blue.
Looked a bit decomposed.
Yeah,
but
living in a
one eye
swamp
was going
for
this way.
6 years.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Moving on, perhaps the biggest news of the week, I'd say.
Mm.
Shazam has been cast in the DC EU. Zachary Levi.
Yes.
Levy?
Shock.
I think it's Levy.
I think it's Levi.
Oh.
Levi?
Levi, right?
I don't.
Anyways, Chuck himself has been cast, switching lines, switching sides.
Yes.
Although I wouldn't say there's any allegiances these days with Marvel DC.
Oh, 'cause he's in Thor.
He is in Thor: The
Got
Dark
it.
World and the upcoming Thor: Ragnarok coming out next week.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that review. What do you guys think of that, Tim? What are your thoughts on? Did you even? We think was he even considered?
No, I don't think so. They cast Rock for Black Adam, who's the villain / anti-hero.
Sure.
Mm.
Now he's an
Shazam?
anti-hero.
Do you guys know much about Shazam?
No.
I know
A little
enough.
bit, yeah.
My understanding is he's just a regular guy who says Shazam and then turns into a superhero.
Right.
Is that what it is?
He becomes
Sort
like
of.
embodied / possessed by
Like a
like an
superpower.
ancient
Yeah.
thing that gives him superpowers.
Does he change
So the
form
Enchantress.
as well? Like, does he go from like skinny worker dude to like
Yes.
jacked?
You're leaving out a very key. He's a child. Do you guys not know that?
Yeah, he's like a little kid.
He
yeah.
goes from
Oh,
like
so
a
Zachary
12
Levi's playing the jacked
Yeah.
odd.
He goes
Okay,
from a
I thought he'd be playing the
12-year-old
regular
to-
version dude.
No, like
Okay.
12-year-old kid,
To-
like Dusty from Stranger Things, like a dork kid,
I mean,
and like Shazam, and turns into like
okay.
big.
So Zachary Levi's playing like the Hulk jacked
I don't know.
superhero or Superman looking guy.
I think
Okay.
also like Shazam is like an acronym. It's like every letter is like the ancient like mythological hero that he like gets all his powers from.
Makes sense.
As like Solomon, Hercules, whatever.
Yeah.
I forget.
Something
A.
Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus is
Someone Mars. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in.
You're in.
Sure. I like Zachary Levi. He's charming. I'm interested to see DC do something. That's my sentence. So, yeah, I'm in. Why not?
Yeah, I
I don't know much about it. Like, I have no
Well,
connection to the character personally, but
like you mentioned, his backstory in the comics is that he's a little kid, and it's a bit goofy. I'd say.
Oh, it's goofy.
It's a bit cheese.
Oh, it's cheese.
I have a feeling
It's whimsical.
they might deviate from that.
I was gonna say, do you guys think they're gonna keep that?
I don't think so.
Because why wouldn't we hear a kid casting?
So
that's why my question would be: is he playing like the regular version guy who says Shazam,
I
and
think
then
he will.
someone else would be cast as like?
Oh, he's like the grown-up kid.
That's what I figured when Zachary Levi got announced. I was like, okay, he's playing the regular version. I forgot that was a kid. I thought it was just a regular man.
I mean, the only like iteration is a kid.
Yeah.
So
Did not know that.
So based on the universe that DC has built,
and it's a strong foundation.
and it is a rock.
The Rock.
It is
Black
the
Adam.
rock. I will say that they probably won't be going something light, comedic, and whimsical, because that does not fit into their dark.
Apparently, that's
They're
the
trying
thing, though.
to.
They're trying.
Oh,
to
they're
step
trying.
away from that.
Jeff Johns.
Scott, I will not disagree. They are trying.
Jeff Johns said that's his role. He's brought in to make it whimsical and fun.
Okay, how long is he going to be on the project before he's fired?
Well, he did Wonder Woman and Justice League.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
So he could be fired when Justice League is shit. So we'll see.
First of all, I'm not interested in this.
Well,
Basically because it's DC.
but it's Chuck, your favorite show.
I have never seen that show, but I will be looking into
You
it
look
now.
like a Greg Kinnear guy.
I've never. Okay.
What do you think?
I don't think that this is going to be good, and we won't know until do we have a director yet?
Yes, he did Lights Out.
The horror.
Bizarre.
Apparently a good
The
movie.
horror movie.
Yeah,
That's a
apparently
weird
good.
choice.
Like 80 something.
Do you see why I think it's not going to be a light comical like?
I do.
Okay. Okay, so this is not going to be good. This is going to be bad, and I'm calling it now. This is going to be a shit movie.
Shit.
Shit movie.
Bad.
Adam,
Movie.
What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on it?
A movie?
Yeah.
I'm just wanting to look up this guy here. I think, I haven't seen Zachary Levi or Levy,
Okay.
whichever it is. I've seen his picture. He looks like Shazam. He's got the, like, perfect pearly white smile and, like, good old boy look. Could be fun. Be a fun romp. The Rock looks like Black Adam.
That's racist.
The thing for me, like The Rock
He looks like Adam.
looks like Black Adam, like
Yeah,
shredded, like he is a superhero, right?
Yeah.
right.
Zachary Levi is like, it looks nothing like Shazam to me. Sure, his face, he's like,
Rude.
but he's gonna have to hit the weights.
Oh, he's
Hard,
gonna have to get the Rock's
Hard.
steroid.
He's gonna have to like J.K. Simmons that.
And I think he will. I think he could easily get shredded, and
Star Lord.
I don't know. I just have a feeling like I don't think they would go the route of casting a little kid and then, of all people, get Zachary Levi or Levy
Yeah.
to be the jacked version. To me, that just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Like I kind of have this gut feeling that they'll have him as like an everyman, and then they might like CG his muscles or something, or
That's what I was thinking.
or
yeah.
do the like Captain America First Avenger thing where they like he gets jacked and they like CG him down to play like a normal like geeky kid or like dude who's interested in like.
See, I wouldn't hate that if he's like a CG sort of creation as Shazam.
Right.
because he's like very larger than life. Like if you've seen the superhero Shazam,
It's almost like a parody, right?
right? It's like a Superman.
It's like a parody of Superman, yeah.
He also did the director Annabelle Creation,
Right.
2 critically acclaimed horror movies. Perfect fit for this fun romp. Am I right, Ty?
Fun
I'm trying to find out how to
superhero
pronounce his
romp.
name properly.
Just type in how to pronounce it.
I did.
Oh, it's a video.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
No, I'm doing it.
Play it. We need to
do it
know.
live, baby.
Oh man.
It's about to be
This is exciting. There's a little ad thing going on.
Oh no.
Good thing we're
Make
not
it
audio
stop.
anymore. am I right?
Levi.
Is that a 7-year-old kid saying
More
that?
time.
Is that?
That's the kid who's playing
Boom.
Shazam.
Levi. Like
I think.
Levi jeans.
Levi
Okay.
jeans.
Second
Cool.
Levi.
Like the gene.
I mean,
So we're in.
I like that
was
he's getting a
definitive.
chance. He seems like the kind of
He's a nice guy.
actor that hasn't really got that breakout role yet.
Chuck was on TV for like 7 years, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in movies.
Oh yes, he has not been in a.
Sure, he starred in a
Star-studded movie.
TV show, but that's not quite the same level.
That's true.
He's making the leap. He's making the Chris Pratt Star-Lord attempt.
That's true.
He could.
Attempt.
He could.
It was
It could
successful.
work.
It was very successful.
And
For-
he is.
for Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
He's definitely got the like good guy charm. So
Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah, I'm in. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I said it.
This is you.
Well, that'll do it for
Never
episode
mind.
119 of the Brilliant Podcast.
See ya, folks.
I
Tim,
could go on forever.
where can people find us?
People can find us on Twitter at UpReal8. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at UpRealTim and on Instagram at TheCraftPundit.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at UpReal8 Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTie.
You can find me on Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam, on Twitter at Franny25.
Find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section if you want to join our discussion. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, keep it real.